up, the rest of us do not need. Now, if we're keeping the airport closed, it's even worse. It's even worse. And if I were the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago today, and I'm saying this clear, if you cannot think clear, if you're a political zealot and a sycophant, I can't help you. If you write crap on my wall, I will delete it. I want to say this. If I were the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago today, I would open the airport and stagger it to accommodate as much. We have all of these hotel rooms that we're forcing people to use for quarantine. Anybody who wants to come to Trinidad and Tobago, 14 days quarantine. If that's still the rule in the world, as long as they have COVID-19 in the world, put Hilton, Hyatt, Marriott, Normandy, all these little guest houses, put them to work. Put them to work. Shut down the tourist industry and put them to work as forced quarantine. Give people on a website an opportunity. There's $100 US a night. Don't jam them. Don't gouge out the eyes because you're quarantining them. Give them a chance that they can afford it. You want to come to Trinidad and Tobago, the first 2 weeks, you're spending it in quarantine. All the people who are outside, come home and quarantine. Now, if I were the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago today, the people who were living here pre-COVID, who are outside of here, we would foot the bill. Because it is their taxes that has paid for everything, including the Chief Medical Officer and the Minister of Health salary, every hospital. It is their salary, it's their taxes that have built everything in this country. Government have no money. When they talk about government money, they talk about taxpayers' money. That's who pays every single bill. Everybody who was living here as their primary residence prior to COVID-19, January 2020, the state should foot the bill. Why I keep saying foot the bill to bring them back home. Anybody else who's a Trinidadian but has been living abroad but want to come back home now, they should pay to quarantine themselves. And I'm saying the quarantine important. Anybody coming in from outside, quarantine them. Also, if I was Prime Minister today, we would have an adequate Minister of National Security who would have either utilized the resources we had or borrow resources from our neighbors like the United States of America, our friends, and ask them, please, come and draw a line in the sea. And I am very sorry. The Venezuelans who are leaving Venezuela to come to Trinidad under the false promise that Stuart Young and Keith Rowley stunted for them, that needs to be done. Those 11 people that died trying to come here breaks my heart. But somebody needs to go to Venezuela with a bullhorn and tell them, you're escaping one shithole for another. There is nothing in Trinidad of any value to you. Trinidadians going the other way. Stay home. Find somewhere else to go or find a way to fix your country. We're trying to fix ours. Draw a line in the sea. Let them know. Because the first 10 minutes of your boat ride, you should bounce up Coast Guard and tell you, sorry, you can't go further. This is Trinidad and Tobago territorial waters. And because of the pandemic, we have to put a stop to illegal immigration. Any decent human being will understand that we have a committed obligation to protect our 1.4 million people from any COVID-19 or any other diseases before we have to deal with the refugees trying to escape their collapsing country. Everybody would understand that. Let us secure our borders. Let us open our airports and our seaports and quarantine people who are coming in. I want to make a call. I'm waiting on my boy to give me the number for the CMO, but I will call the Minister of Health. And hopefully he takes my call. Hopefully he takes the call, and I just want to know how many cases we have. How many cases we have right now? If you have 0 cases, Public Health Act, that emergency.
Your call has been forwarded.
Afraid to take this call this morning because I'm going to ask him. The minister says, please text me. So I'm going to text him. I'm going to show you the text. Good morning, Minister. I am trying to find out how many, if any, COVID cases exist in our public, or you know as Captain Typo, right? In our public health facilities. Good morning, Minister. Good morning, Minister. I'm trying to find out. He says, text me. Good morning, Minister. I'm trying to find out. You'll see it. Screenshot it now, because I can't hold it here forever. All right? I'm clicking send. As you could see, it's sent. So let's see if he responds, because he said to text him. And I want to know, because as of today, our democracy now is at risk. If that Public Health Act 34 of January 2020 is still in force, we do not have COVID-19 now. It is time to retract that, change the rules, roll back everything, open the bars full, open the cinemas full, open the businesses full, open the economy full. Let the people go about their business. Those of you like me, I am going to still be a little bit skittish. I will be washing my hands. Long before there was a COVID-19, I used to drive around with a pump bottle of sanitizer for years on the door of my car, because I'd be shaking hands whole day, and I know that that's how you contract all kind of sickness long before they have COVID. So I will be taking care of me. I have loved ones, I have a family. My aging parents, when I'm taking them out, they'll be wearing masks, and we'll be going to locations where I know they're not going to be bouncing up no crowd. But it is time, Trinidad and Tobago, for our democracy to be returned in full, 100%. There are no more COVID cases. Control and operate the borders, knowing that there is COVID outside. Do not bring in a rush of people without quarantining and testing them to spike the COVID so that you could continue to operate your martial law and rule by decree. That is unacceptable. The government now has a responsibility to maintain us at zero. And the only way cases could come into Trinidad and Tobago is from outside. So the Minister of National Security, through Customs and Immigration and Airport and Seaport Security, you all have a responsibility. Minister of National Security, through the Coast Guard, has a responsibility. I am saying again, if these people cannot do the job, fire them. Fire from Rowley come down. Trinidad is a rock in the sea. We could defend this place from illegal immigration bringing COVID-19. We could defend this place from the funny money people and the cocaine that is sending through Trinidad and the 50,000 illegal guns. We could defend this place against money laundering that destroyed the economy and bribing our public officials. We could defend this place. We just need people in government who want to defend it. I don't think Stuart Young and Keith Rowley wants to defend it. They're not that incompetent. I've been telling them for years how to do it. And I've been told repeatedly that my videos play in cabinet. I've been told repeatedly that they extract information from my videos to guide them in their decision making. But why, for the love of Christ, they're not securing the borders? 3 Coast Guard ship on the South Coast and that's it. And if we don't have any, if Colm and Keith bought shit, if it's parked up in Chagaramas to die, borrow from Canada, borrow from America, they will help us. Borrow from Brazil. I could make a phone call and get it. So who's them? I could get the United States of America, I get New York City Coast Guard to help us. Right now, I have those kind of contacts. And if I have those kind of contacts, Keith Rowley don't. Stuart Young don't. Come on. It is time to stop accepting nonsense. And I am saying, we the people of Trinidad and Tobago need to demand the return of our democracy today. There is no more public health crisis in Trinidad and Tobago if we have 0 cases. Now, the Minister of Health, if I were the Minister of Health, I would know this number offhand, how many cases we have at any one time. He said, please text me, and I did. I'm going to call him again so that he may not have noticed that I did, in fact, text him. I'm going to call him one more time. No, we don't need a carnival. You all don't talk stupidness and don't encourage them with stupidness. Carnival should not happen in 2021. Right, so he's going. If he tells me, text him again. I've texted him. So let's see if we get an answer. Yeah? Let me call my boy and see if he get through with that number for me. Stop saying that about each other, cuz. Stop saying that about each other. I have a voice. My voice big for the whole country. All I need is people to stand with me.
Hello?
My boy, you get that number for me?
Nah, boy, I delete that off my phone.
No problem at all. If there have anybody you can message and see if you can get it, I'd appreciate that greatly. But I'm live now and nobody know who I'm talking to. But track that number down for me now.
Yeah, alright.
Cool. Alright, so this is what I want. Anybody who has the cell phone number for the chief medical officer, send it to me, 682-2110. I want the number for the chief medical officer. Somebody give me some information. So let me just respond to that. Glenn Robinson, we live now. Come on the live. The position is this. Hear me. If there are no COVID cases in our institutions, it is safe to say, and we've not had a public health update for 3 weeks, it is safe to say that we are COVID free. Now, that is not to say that there may not be some cases of COVID in the country. And you have a duty to not go and wind up in people's face. Let us be reasonable. Let us be sensible. They still have COVID in the world. And we still have a PNM government who you could rely on to do nonsense and let the Venezuelans in. We have a Coast Guard that running a maxi taxi service from Venezuela. So we need to know all of this. So we need to operate like we understand what's going on and preserve our own health. But right now, the people of Trinidad and Tobago have had their democratic rights removed for a public health emergency that don't exist no more. The borders are closed. The airport is closed. If you're doing your job, we're not supposed to get any more COVID-19. Open the bars, open the economy, let people go about their business, have their Christmas gatherings. No fetes, no problem. Tell the minister, tell the, who's doing that, the bars, tell the magistracy, tell them no bar licenses. Tell them no bar licenses, tell them no, hello, good day. My name is Philip Edward Alexander, and you're actually live on a live video with me right now. We're trying to find out, because there's nowhere for me to get the information. So I texted him to ask him, how many COVID-19 cases are there, if any, in any of our public health institutions right now?
How many COVID-19?
Cases. Do we have any active cases in any of our public health institutions? And if you can help me, could you give me the number for the CMO?
All right. What you can do is call our corporate communications person,
Yes.
Mr. Al Alexander.
Al Alexander,
Yes.
who was in the army.
Corporate communications person.
Al Alexander from the army.
27
What's the number?
0010 extension 1723. If
So-
not, in about 15 minutes, they will go live to TTP to the press conference, and you'll have that information.
So there's a press conference today?
Yes.
Okay, I'm waiting on the information in that press conference. Thanks a lot.
Normally it's Monday and Wednesday.
Thank you very much. I'm waiting on that information.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye. As Minister Secretary, they say we get the information today. I want to know, and if the cases are zero, if our curve flat, open the economy, keep the country closed. To the people who hard of hearing, who's suffering from a PNM education, hear me again. Inside Trinidad and Tobago is a closed environment. Unless the Minister of National Security and the Coast Guard cannot secure the borders, unless it is simple for pirogues of Venezuela to come in, and all of you who make excuses like it is, I want to tell you something. We have 10,000 soldiers in the army. Redeploy them in South. We have a Coast Guard. If they can operate their boats, call the United States of America. And I guarantee you this, if the Minister of National Security cannot get the assistance to secure the borders, tell him call Phillip Edward Alexander. I have already spoken to people in high office in foreign jurisdictions, and I will get 3 Coast Guard cutters to secure Trinidad's southern border, and nobody will be able to get in here again. Tell Stuart Young, if he and his Coast Guard, if he and Kel Shaw can't secure the borders, call me. I'll do it for free. They can continue to draw the salary and clink glasses and eat fancy food and deliver nothing. I will get the borders secured. Call me 682-2110. Today we're waiting to hear what they say because we're supposed to have 0 cases. And if that is the case, roll back public health emergency number 34 and open the economy. I'll talk to you all later after that press conference.